What's up? What's up? Tube. Listen, I just had to get this out because literally, like, I um just sent a message to my email list here a few minutes ago, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and go live on YouTube and talk to these people about what the heck is going on. So I don't know if you've heard or not, but Facebook and Instagram, like completely, WhatsApp completely shut down like today. And right now, as far as I know, like it's still currently shut down. And it's not really like a big deal like to me that it shut down, but I noticed it earlier today when I was scheduled to go live on IG with the organization that I'm super passionate about, right? And I kept seeing this message that said, "We're sorry, but something went wrong. Please try again." "We're sorry, but something went wrong. Please try again." So I'm refreshing and I'm like, "What the heck is going on?" So I reach out to my husband, like I FaceTime him just to see like, is it my connection? Like what's going on? He answers, but yet Instagram's still not working. So a couple of minutes later, I actually get a message from the organization and they're like, "We're seeing this message." And it was the same message I was seeing. And it was like, literally, "We're sorry, but something went wrong. Please try again." So it hit me at that moment. This isn't just happening to me. This is happening like for everybody. Like the entire world right now is not able to connect to these specific like platforms. And so shortly thereafter announcements start coming out and it's like, okay, social media is like shut down. Now here's the thing. Although like finding out that what up? Although finding out that like Facebook is shut down, Instagram is shut down, these apps are shut down. I mean, it's inconvenient and maybe it could be like a little bit frustrating, I guess, if you had like a plan for social media today. But like this for me was like an obvious reminder, like an obvious reminder, like that for a lot of us, our ability to connect, right? Like to others hinges on an app. You feel me? Like if the app is not working, if the app is not present for a lot of us, like that would drastically change like our ability to connect to other people. And so if you're like most people, you might even just have a physical reaction like, "Oh, snap, like this isn't working, like what's going on?" And I'm going to assume again that this is just temporary, that this is not like going to be for the rest of like our lives, right? Like this is just a moment. But how would you manage staying connected or growing in your relationships with other people like in your life? You get what I'm saying? Like if it was a permanent thing, is my question. So over time, I just feel like we've gotten really used to depending on apps, right? To be the bridge for how we connect to other people. And I don't think that it was ever meant to be this way. Like I don't think that um we are supposed to like literally like be able to connect with people as long as Facebook says we can, or be able to connect with people as long as Instagram says we can, or as long as Twitter says we can, or as long as TikTok says we can. Like we should just be able to connect to other people. Why? Because our ability to thrive and survive is connected, like directly tied to our ability to connect to others. Like y'all do realize like you were made like to connect with other like human beings. And so if all of our ability to connect hinges upon a social media platform and then the social media platform disappears, it's like then what? But here's good news, right? Whether social media creates opportunity for us to connect or not, I believe that connection to others at the end of the day is a skill. Like our ability to connect to other people is a skill. It's a skill that you can learn. It's a skill that you can grow, and it's a skill that you can adapt to any circumstance. And the question is, how good are you at making connections? Like that's the question for me. When I think about the pandemic, the loneliness epidemic that's going on, like simple moments like this with social media, like I realized why I started Heart Combos in the first place. Like what's crazy to me is like Heart Convos before 2020 was literally just something that like people in my community and people who know me were like, "Oh, that's cute and that's cool. Like you talking about friendship, uh-huh." And then the pandemic hit, and cats were like, "Yo, like we need to have a heart convo," because they realized, like, man, like our ability to communicate and connect like to one another at the highest level is literally our lifeline. Like to thriving in like experiencing joy and contentment and satisfaction like here. And so the question I think is what can we do? And I think the answer to that question is we just need to start working on this. Like if you recognize that you don't really know how to connect to people, like if you didn't have the ability to like get online and see how someone was doing because you were able to look at their like timeline or their pictures. Like if you realize like you don't really know how to do that separate and apart from an app giving you the ability to do that, then I think it's a skill that might be underdeveloped in your life. But it's all right because again, it's a skill that can be grown, right? It's a skill that you can learn. And this is ultimately at the end of the day why I created the Make Better Connections Challenge. Like for those of us who know that we need change, we need connection, but we also want help like developing, right, that particular skill. So that we're not depending upon again like a social media app to make sure that that happens. That is why I created the Make Better Connections Challenge. So if you haven't already seen it, like if this is your first time even hearing me talk about it, like please, like what I need you to do is I need you to go to heartconvos.com, which is www.heart, HEART, convos.com, and check out the Make Better Connections Challenge. All you got to do is submit your email and you will get access to the page. If you don't want to submit your email, you can even go to heartconvos.com/MBCC, which just stands for Make Better Connections Challenge. And you can check out the challenge there. This is crazy, like divine, because the challenge actually, like the last one that I'm doing for the foreseeable future, we've done 4 up until this point. Like it's something I like to do over and over again. But if you haven't already, go to the site, check out the challenge because we start tonight. And so whether you join the challenge or not, I mean, it's completely up to you. But I just need you to know, like, that the difference between like your ability to have deep, meaningful connections, right, in your life, and your ability to just like have shallow relationships that again only exist on social media, like the distinguishing factor between the two of them is really your ability to master connection and communication at the highest level, which again is what the Make Better Connections Challenge is about. So if you desire to learn how to communicate, to learn how to connect at the highest levels, and you're like, you know that you want your relationships to be full and rich and satisfying, and again, not hinging upon these social media platforms, then your best chance at growing that skill and developing that skill is inside the Make Better Connections Challenge, which you can go discover right now at heartcombos.com or heartcombos.com/MBCC. The link will be below in the comments, or I'm sorry, in the information section. And yeah, I hope to see you in my next Make Better Connections Challenge. Again, because we've done 4 of them up until this point. We're going to continue to do them, but this will be the last one of 2021 and probably won't do another one until maybe the second month or so of the new year. So love you guys. Wishing you well. Have never gone live on YouTube before, but wanted to do it because I was like, this is a perfect opportunity to talk to people about why they need to know how to make better connections. Because again, when social media like disappears one day, which I'm sure it will, like you don't want to be stuck like Chuck in a pickup truck. You want to know that whether this platform is here or not, I know how to connect in a way to people that I love, like well. I know how to work through conflict well. I know how to like really tap in well to the people around me. So I love y'all. Please remember it's not a hard conversation, it's a heart conversation. Until next time, peace.